Good evening, fellow traders. Mr. Joseph Trades here. Thank you for joining me on my daily futures performance summary on March 31st, 25. Let's jump right in, shall we? All right, TradeZilla shows a green start to the week. Going forward, I'm actually going to only link my funded accounts to TradeZilla. So, as an example, all of these have been mixed together, the evals and the funded. Going forward, I'm just going to do the funded. I think that'll be a better reflection of my actual skill and what I'm doing. I'm being real aggressive with trying to pass evals because I'm tired of paying the monthly renewal fees. Now that's in opposition to what I do with my funded accounts, which is a much more measured approach in general. But if we take a look at today's data, you'll see these first three trades. Those are my funded accounts. So I had a profit today of $607.70. And that's a good way to start the week. The rest of these were one eval that I forgot to unlink. So while it was a good day with that one, if you look at just my funded, that was a 100% win rate and a solid start to the week. Let's see if we can improve on it tomorrow, but we'll take it one day at a time. Let's go to the charts now. Here's the 4-hour, the big picture chart that I use. Been discussing last week how this area may come into play as an area of support. Today that seemed to be the case as price pushed down into it, wicked it. You see that big wick there on that candle? That wick took out some sell side liquidity from this area, and then price started moving higher the balance of the session. So let's see if we get a continuation. I discussed last week how oftentimes bottoms like to be tested twice. They call this a double bottom. If it goes up, that's what it'll be called. If not, it could very well be the beginning of the next leg down. See, there's one leg. It could be another leg down. But let's hope that it's a double bottom. We don't know what will happen. We just know something will happen. And our job every day is to just try to get on the right side of the market for this day trading game. Let's go to the 15-minute time frame. You can see the first candle of the day, a huge bearish push. I thought price was going to go all the way to this pivot point and probably reverse. Well, it reversed a little earlier and it spent the balance of the day grinding higher, nearly reaching this EMA. You can see there's a lot of overlap in these candles, not a lot of clean price movement until here about 2 o'clock. It made a decisive move above this range, and that's where one of my best trades of the day happened. And so let's look at the 5-minute and I'll tell you what I'm talking about. First, this is a little more detail. This is my 5-minute chart, my execution time frame. This is the detail of the bearish push, and then this was a bear flag which I entered on, and it went down, but it didn't quite make my take profit. I still got out with some gain, but then look how price reversed with this red-green wick reversal and sought the buy-side liquidity at the 21 EMA. So then price just sort of chopped and ground higher, and it wasn't until 2 o'clock that there was a decisive move that had staying power. Price burst through the overnight highs a couple of times here and here, but each time it came back down and tested that 21 EMA. Well, I made it a point today and going forward, because I've been looking at my data that shows most of my losing trades happen between 11:30 and 1 o'clock. And so avoiding that time of the day paid off for me, because I just sat and watched. And when I saw this happen at 2 o'clock and then 2:05, I said, well, maybe we're going to get something going here. And what we had going was a bull flag, one of my highest probability signals. It occurred right here. And so I entered on the break above this bear candle, and I had a take profit set for a psych level, nice round number of 400. I front run it by about a point or two, so I got profit. I got a trade that went from here to 399. It's about a 29-point move. One of my best trades that I've had in some time. The last few bull flags I've taken haven't really worked, but I know the stats on them. They're about a 75+% win rate, going now on nearly 300 trade sample size. So I know that they work over the long term. What I have to do is keep telling myself that this is a long-term game. Notice that Freudian slip there. Let's have some long-term gains in this long-term game. That'll be the goal on it. But regardless, I just have to take these quality setups like the bull flag here and just follow my rules. And today I did, and I was rewarded, thankfully. But it was a good session in that regard. And now we'll take a look at my account summary on NinjaTrader. You can see, I'll tell you about my funded accounts. So we have this Apex account now at $1,332.94 in profit. Got to get it to $2,600 to request my first payout from them. Then you have this My Funded Futures 28. Let's see. That one's at 49,014. I'm recovering it from last week's debacle when I sized too big on one of my favorite setups, and I was so confident it was going to reach it, and it didn't. So now I'm having to build it back up. But I think if I keep my disciplined approach, I'll be fine with that. And then what's really encouraging, this other funded account, number 29 from My Funded Futures, it's now, let's see, it's now up to $907.92 in profit after only 3 days. With this company, you only need 5 days of $100 or more before you can request a payout. So I need to trade this thing well for 2 more days, and I can request my first payout of this year if all goes according to plan. So let's hope for the best. The rest of these, I've got an eval that's more than halfway there. I made a little on this eval. Here's an eval that got over a 500 gain. And then I was real aggressive with 3 that didn't work. And so that hit my daily loss limit of the day. That one actually I traded a little more. And I really I might have even blown it, or maybe, I don't know. That's pretty low, but I don't know why it's still on the screen. But these 2 definitely quit, because after a certain amount, My Funded Futures stops you from trading, which is good. So I hit the loss limit on these 2. But my goal is to be aggressive on the evals and to start stacking funded, and then get the consistent payouts. So that is my plan, and we shall see what happens. Tomorrow is another day of opportunity to have the best habits, the best behaviors, the discipline, the patience. It's also an opportunity to mess up everything that I did well today. So, and it's all up to me. I just need to take this day by day and do my thing. But thank you for spending time here with me, going over my trade summary. If you found any value in today's video, please consider subscribing to my channel. Please be sure to press like and leave a comment in the section below. I look forward to seeing what you have to say and interacting with you. And until next time, great trading, everyone.